Hey Internet, I am hungry and I have this book here to do I'm gonna learn anything and live the good life. Mostly I just want to make breakfast. So let's get to the breakfast part of this book. Where is the breakfast? That doesn't look like breakfast. That looks like tea. Aha! There we go. Tomatoes and oregano make it Italian. Wine and tarragon make it French. Sour cream makes it Russian. Lemon and cinnamon make it Greek. Soy sauce makes it Chinese. And garlic makes it good. That's funny. We need to scramble 4 yolks and 2 whites and put some salt and pepper in it and 1 teaspoon of grapeseed oil over low heat until fluffy and moist. Add herbs and spices and cook gently till solid but shiny. It's going to take 15 minutes. We need a non-stick skillet, a short glass or other small storage container for egg whites, and a silicone spatula. Now that we made dinner last night and opened up vocabulary of the world's cuisines, eggs will be our vehicle. Simple combinations of 2 to 3 herbs and spices can help you create the flavors you associate with dining out. To jump from one ethnicity to another often requires one simple substitution, as if by wave of magic wand your meal is ooh, that's cool. Just look at it. Wow, okay. And it looks delicious. To cover all 4 of the only ingredients in this delicious epiphany is vastly simplified. This is gonna be fun. All we need are some 3-finger pinches and then some other stuff. And this should be fun. Focus, there we go. Okay, yeah, looks great. Okay, I read the stuff, now I'm gonna teach you. Now, the first thing you wanna do before you start anything else is get the eggs out. You wanna take them and you wanna run them under hot water for about 20 seconds. This is called tempering. Now, tempering is critical to good cooking because if you don't warm up the eggs and then leave them on the counter for a little while to get to room temperature, you'll end up just burning the outside and then leaving the inside undercooked, and that's no good. That's not how a cook does. To get ready, you want to get out the stuff that you're going to use, put it all in one place. Now, I'm supposed to use garlic and cumin and mint. I don't have mint, so I'm going to use basil and hope for the best, and it probably won't. Who knows? Maybe I'll destroy everything. I know nothing about what I'm doing. So you want to go ahead and start by putting the burner on, that's high, on low. And then you want to put in about a tablespoon of grapeseed oil. It's about a 4-inch circle. Now, we're using grapeseed oil because it has a fairly neutral flavor and it will allow the other flavors we're working with to come through clearly. I don't know any of this. I'm literally just reading the book to you. Now you want to crack your eggs directly into the skillet, like so. 2 of them whole, like that. And 2 of them with just the whites, keeping the yolks inside the eggshell, which you can do by... This isn't in the book, I actually know how to do this. Which you can do by just passing the yolk back and forth between the halves of the eggshell, and then you can store the eggshell itself with the egg in it back in the egg container. I'll show you what that looks like from a slightly different angle. Let me just, do it with this egg yolk first, real quick. Hold on. Just imagine that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, then I've done that. You take that part of the eggshell, you just put it back where the egg was. Make sure it doesn't fall over sideways, because that's a disaster and it's very messy. And there you go. You can put that back in the fridge, and that's a great way to store your yolks until you make your next dish. Now you'll notice that I did all yolk or all white and no yolk this time around. That's because I've done this recipe before, and it tells you to do all yolks and little whites the first time, and then all whites and a little yolks the first time, and I want to do that in reverse. Because tomorrow I want to have the really good eggs. Today we're going to have sort of strange whitish eggs. Using extra egg whites instead of extra egg yolks actually just makes the eggs more fluffy, so not a bad thing. Very different texture though. The like creamy goodness that you associate with putting milk or cream in your eggs, that happens when you add more yolks. Okay, now with your eggs on low, cooking very slowly, you want to stir them every minute or so. And continue to cook them until they're sort of a snotty consistency, which doesn't sound that appetizing, but that's what the book says, so. The book also says 3 to 5 turns of pepper, and a 3-finger pinch of salt from about 12 inches high so you don't cause it to clump. Now, if you add salt to your eggs while they're cooking, that'll cause them to break down. Works great with scrambled eggs. Not so good for omelets, so careful. Alright, well you can't do anything perfectly. So I let them get hard too quickly. I turned the heat up too high. I got impatient. And I didn't get to stir them enough, which is, it's okay. They're going to turn out great anyway. but they'll taste the same. They just won't look good. So here are some other details that I know about eggs while we wait for them to cook and I stir them every minute. The part of cooking eggs that makes them safe to eat is the fact that they're overheat for more than 4 minutes. Not necessarily that they're cooked until dry. So that's a thing that most people should know and many don't. The salt thing that I mentioned, that's helpful. Then also, did you know that if you freeze egg whites and you want to keep them for a long time, they will keep forever. So that's good to know. Okay, so that's how they should look, and that's how they do look, and part of the color difference is because I used mostly whites instead of mostly yolks, which we talked about, and the rest of the difference is because I didn't stir it early enough. Learning is all about making mistakes. At least it's food and it's going to be edible. It's been a tradition of mine my entire life to mess up making eggs on videos on YouTube. I did this several years ago. I'm doing it again now. The trick is to, not get distracted by the fact that you're filming and actually just follow the recipe. Someday I will be able to do that. I made this fantastic video with my parents last night. I cooked them dinner and it was adorable. And I shot it with the 360 camera and I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to be able to edit it. I can't boot over to Windows. For some reason Windows on my computer stopped working. And that's what I used to stitch the 360 videos. So yeah, not ideal. So I hope that I'll be able to put that up in order, but probably not. These are going to be very different from what I'm used to. But they're so good. Wow. Okay. Yes. Very yes. Cannot wait to do the majority egg yolks experiment version of this. It's going to be way better. But this is delicious. I could see how mint would be very good on this. I need to get mint when I'm out next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. I'm gonna...